So the story starts like this. One day, my dad and I went to an electronics shop so we could buy him an iPad. We weren't sure which model we would buy, but this was one of the reasons why we went. An employee could help us choose the right model depending on our needs. As we enter the store, we immediately get greeted by a salesman. He's not old, but sure has a certain age. He asks us what brings us there and we explain our situation. As we walk over to the iPads, he starts presenting the iPad Air and how great it is professionally. I knew a little bit about iPad, so I knew he wasn't lying. My dad asked him questions, he answers, blah blah blah. Everything's alright. As we talk about price and all, we ask if the upgrade to the iPad Air is really worth it instead of the base model. He starts telling us that it's 100% with it, as the iPad Air is compatible with the Apple Pencil. I stop it right there. That's not true at all. The base iPad can also use the Apple Pencils. It just doesn't perform every single feature it has on the Air model. As I corrected the salesman, he tells me, "Ho, you're a little know-it-all, aren't you? Goddamn, first, ouch. Second, why am I supposed to correct you if you work here?" Anyway, I brush it off and move on. But turns out, it's not over. He tells us that the iPad Air can use a keyboard, but the base model one can't. Again, that's not true. I'm not even interrupting him at this point. I don't have the time for this. We ignored all of his comments, got the base model, iPad, and left.
Oh my god, that salesman really wanted that money, huh?
I think that's the problem where a company where the salesman get a certain percentage of
The sales?
the sales.
Yeah.
They try to convince you to buy the upgraded model.
Yeah, but they're like, buy it.
Yeah.
But sometimes more is not enough.
Yeah.
So he tried to convince the father so much that it just didn't work at this point.
Yeah.
But I don't see why he would lie though.
But fortunately, the person knew the kind of the base of
Yeah,
iPad and everything.
That he knew he was a scam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe if the dad in the situation went alone, maybe he would have bought
The Air.
the Air one.
Yeah, but why would he lie? That's my questioning.
Well, it sells. It maybe they have
Yeah.
like some kind of sales to do per item.
Yeah, probably for the sales. This is insane. Like, I think even there, the Apple Pencil, if you need the iPad professionally as like an adult, unless you're in the art industry, I don't see why you would need the Apple Pencil. So I don't see why he would need to lie about it. Maybe he just wanted to brag how great it is, even though it's not.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm kind of confused by this.
Also, these situations can happen to elderly people or younger people who have no knowledge on the situation or on the item they are buying. Example for TVs, cars, things that cost more money. I think you can be like more scammed or it's scary a bit.
Yeah, because I feel like they want to like take control over you, because if it arranges them for you to buy the more expensive thing, then they will do it, because at the end of the day, it's their paycheck that's on the line, you know? So they probably wanted to like scam others to be like, oh, I could make money off of them because they are more ignorant, which is like, morally, this is really bad, don't you think? Yeah.
Morally, yeah.
Like, why would you take time out of your day to be like, I see these people, they might seem ignorant. Let me make them spend more money than they need to so I can be like, how narcissistic and like egotistical do you have to be to do these types of things? Like, why do you literally take the good from the others away from them? This is insane.
And it's a question I ask myself. If I was in that situation, would I do the same thing to have more money?
I could
like
never.
In the salesman.
I could never. I feel so bad.
Yeah, but when you're in it, when you're like your coworkers work that way, when your
Yeah.
superiors tell you to work that way, maybe like
pressure.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
maybe
I didn't
even
think
if
about
it
this.
goes against your moral, you're like, okay, I'm there, so I'm gonna do it.
And like peer pressure.
Yeah.
Like the other employees. Yeah, that's right. I didn't think of it this way.
Yeah, maybe.
Now that you said it, maybe I would. Maybe if I could make a little bit more money, maybe I would. But this is kind of insane. Like, morally, it's so bad, but at the same time, maybe that salesman needed the money, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of tricky.
Seeing both parties is like on one side I wouldn't do it, and on the
Yeah.
other side maybe he has a family to provide for
Yeah.
and something, so why not do it for him?
This is kind of insane.